All right, so we're back with more Wukong. Just get started. Start a new chapter, yeah. Is the game gonna load? Is it gonna load the new chapter? How long is this gonna take? Ames has been playing Mech Armada. It's tricky. I've never heard of it.
这么好的差事交了我们，你真是大造化！
大个屁！这一路挑断魔尖，骨头都累折了。哎，你这快些走吧，休要误了我吃酒。
我闻到那妖婆有些个怪癖，
But
8节40都要进步，每次进步必要成亲。有次夫人来此贺喜，挑了面宝镜做礼，名为照古镜。
且慢，
照古镜，我记得夫人时常念叨，言语间好生可虚来。哎，你听我说完后话。那妖婆拿镜子一照，就失了神，转身就把镜子扔了。夫人因此生了闷气，便不再亲自过洞了。
捣鼓个没完！老子一路上觉都睡不安。
谁在里面？好大胆！无人的河里也敢动！
can't really tell what kind of creature the one on the right is.
这年头，躲在哪里都没个清静。哪里来的女菩萨？快下来说话
！Are you stupid?
这就走了？害羞什么呀？
Oh, it's just like a big piggy. Alright, Wushan Lesser Guai. Gaping mouth, round belly, born incomplete. Bulky form, craving and chasing tasty treats. Greedy for flavors, it longs for delight. Wagging its tongue, it speaks in spite. One spring, the webbed hollow hosted a grand bouquet to mark the... grand banquet to mark the blossoming of the flowers. A young Guai from Mount Wushan, having presented the gift, saw the ladies chatting and laughing at the feast and decided to join the other Guais in the cave for drinks and merriment. A few cups in, the Guais began to jest with each other. A pig Guai remarked, "I'd rather live in this rich cave of yours with banquets for every season and festival. Back in our place, the lady is too strict to allow any fun." A proud insect Guai responded, "Our ladies in the cave often host banquets to keep the mistress company. We may not compare to the halls of the celestial court, but our second lady has some businesses in the mortal world, so we're not short on silver. It's tough, though. If she didn't find ways to bring in money, we wouldn't have made it this far." Another pig Guai added, "Beautiful and elegant are all your ladies. I wonder which celestial mountain is fortunate enough to be where they might start their new families." The insect Guai laughed. "Our ladies can't leave this place. The businesses outside are managed by carefully chosen people. Since we only take bridegrooms who marry into the family, the talented ones don't want to come, and the ladies don't fancy those who do. Look over there, those 4 scorpions. Their family is in decline, and their descendants are unworthy. Only one is somewhat acceptable, but not one of our ladies would marry him. Whoever gets unlucky will marry him on a fateful day, so they say." The Guais laughed heartily, enjoying themselves, when suddenly there was a shout. "Oh no, the ladies are quarreling!" A panting pig Guai in charge ran over, shouting, "The mistress in the cave has lost her mind. She got into a fight with our lady over a few words from a maid, and even smashed the very gift that was brought." The Guais were all startled. The clever ones quickly wrapped some food in lotus leaves and handed it to the pig Guais as an apology. "Next time, we'll make sure there's no misunderstanding. Sorry for spoiling the fun." All right. The pig Guais took the food and hurriedly followed the steward out, asking, "What exactly happened?" "Who knows? It's all too odd. Every time we come, there's a commotion. I've heard their mistress is always quite muddle-headed." I don't know what that means. Yeah, Guai Kings. We have, Yellowbrow. "Indulging in desires, I am carefree. No fears, no sorrows, just pure glee. In the land of bliss, at the 8 precepts, I laugh with delight. Inherent nature blooms a tower of light. In the west, on the peak of Mount Lingshan, 2 men sat facing each other, clouds billowed, and the air cackled with tension. The young monk looked up at the sky, then pressed his palms together and bowed to another monk with brows yellow. Our masters are all here, brother. Are you ready? The yellow-brow monk smiled and returned the bow. I have been ready for some time. The Ulambana assembly, held once every 500 years, had come to the stage of debate for graduating disciples. The young monk raised a hand, signaling his brother to ask the first question. Tell me, brother, said the yellow-brow monk, what is the meaning of life? To seek truth, replied the young monk. And what is truth? The way all things move, the primary law of the universe. The yellow-brow monk said nothing, but brought out a flower, its petals first drooping, gradually unfurled in glorious bloom. Gazing at the flower, he said, Observe it. By following its nature, it undergoes such wondrous changes. He then gently sniffed the flower and said, Every flower that blooms releases a unique fragrance. This is the essence of its life, bursting forth for its own propagation. He let go, and the flower drifted away. To feel such a moment to the fullest, that is bliss. The young monk shook his head. A moment's pleasure leads to an eternity of pain. One will be trapped in the cycle, never at peace. The yellow-brow monk said, On my recent journey down the mountain, I saw parents who, driven by hunger, exchanged their children for food. I saw dissolute sons of wealthy families who, consumed by lust, brought ruin to the moral order. The young monk frowned, looking at his senior brother. The yellow-brow monk continued, I saw learned scholars who, craving glory, suppressed the dissents. I saw great generals who, thirsting for gain, massacred entire clans. The young monk remained unshaken. He said evenly, Brother, do you not see? Those parents who traded their child for a meal will regret it all their lives. Those dissolute sons, living without restraint, died in an instant with their joy. The scholars who suppressed dissent, once they fell from power, were reviled by all. The generals who loved slaughter, they could never rest easy undone by their own sins. The yellow-brow monk retorted, Nonsense. The young monk was slightly taken aback. Nonsense? Their struggle, their joy, their determination, and their pleasure, their endless cycle of sorrow and ecstasy never ceased and never sated, said the yellow-brow monk. And this is the very source of the boundless vitality across the 3 realms. How then should it not be the true meaning of all life? And those who set themselves up as false idols, given time, their pretensions were always unmasked. They became a joke in nursery rhymes and laughingstock in the pages of history. Brother, why do you praise the suffering of karmic cycles as you spurn the truth of liberation and enlightenment? The yellow-brow monk said, Brother, without joy and sorrow, what is there to enlighten? The young monk said, Where lies enlightenment? It is but suffering, plain and clear. The yellow-brow monk bellowed, In pain one finds revel, and in revel pain. Without both there is no redemption. Okay. The Keeper of the New West. Divining fate, he plays his part, in worldly guise a cunning art. He laughs at fools who seek their fate, for luck and doom the heart dictates. The celestial court often favored guise of plants and trees in the selection of keepers. The Keeper of the New West, however, was renowned for its being feathered deity of wind. This keeper, unlike others, cared not for tending the soil or sowing seeds. Instead, he had a unique penchant for divination. Though he hailed from the West, chanting sutras was not his calling. His true talent lay in the ancient art of Yarrow-stock divination, where he skillfully foretold fortunes and misfortunes. The New West was flanked by the Thorn Ridge to the east and the Seven Perils Mountain to the west, both treacherous places scarcely visited by travelers. Guarding this area, the keeper compelled every passerby to have their fortune told. Under the guise of interpreting the divination, he would set up intricate traps. Travelers, eager to avoid misfortune, would unknowingly fall into the keeper's schemes. One day, a traveler passed through, and the keeper, as usual, insisted on reading his fortune. The reading revealed a bad omen. Terrified, the traveler begged the keeper for a solution. The keeper, feigning mystery, claimed to have a secret method to turn misfortune into fortune. But that required a hefty payment. Desperate in believing him, the traveler handed over all his money. The keeper then directed him to a narrow, winding path, instructing him to proceed quickly. Following the keeper's advice, the traveler safely crossed the ridge in the mountain. Observing this, the keeper laughed and said, The art of divination lies not in the omens, but in the heart. Where the heart leads, there lies fortune or misfortune. The tale spread, leaving everyone amazed. From then on, those who passed through felt fortunate to have fortunes told by the keeper. All right. That's all the catching up we needed to do. I never went back in the old levels to find the meditation spots. I will probably do that sometime. But I'm going to be 100% honest there. I'm just going to fucking look them up. I'm not going to actually explore. I feel like this game doesn't deserve that from me. It's not good enough. And it's not good at communicating enough to, like, really get my exploration anymore. red light district. I don't know if it actually is that, but... Yeah, none of these houses seem to be navigable.
前面似是个有人烟的去处，瞧一瞧。
Sure.
这鬼地方哪里还有人住？只剩下不记事的妖怪变着法子欺我们。
Henrik.
我未曾说完呢。
I know you were talking here.
闻这味道，兴许是炼丹的好东西来。
Which house do you want me to interact with? None of these are interactable. What are you talking about? Why did you get mad at me when I moved away? Yeah, I can't go in there. What is this game on? I see the demon in the tree. Spider.
这里还和从前一样，一点儿没变。没礼貌！没看见猪爷爷我正忙着吗？吃我一把！叫你知道知道老猪的厉害！
Puppet spider. Bad nose, crooked mouth, sharp fangs, poisonous and thick. Check the ears, cut the forehead, and the face has 8 eyes and ugly appearance. That's like not even a rhyme. They didn't even try that time. Long ago, a woodcutter lived deep in the hills. One day, he went down to the market fair and saw a puppet show. He loved it and yearned to see it again. One day, as he cut wood, he heard shouts of glee in the mountains. He followed the sounds and saw a mob of Yao Guais reveling together. Despite his fear, curiosity urged him to climb a rock and watch from afar. The Guais were gathered in a circle, watching an acrobat show. Too far to see well, the woodcutter could only discern a red-clad Guai whirling twin blades in dazzling spins and flips. Entranced, the woodcutter kept closer. He saw the acrobatic Guai had legs tied behind its back, strings dangling from its feet. In a flash, he knew it was a puppetry trick. He climbed a large tree for a clearer view. The Guai had an ugly, comical face. To the woodcutter, the spectacle was even more amusing than the finest plays at the market fair. He watched, spellbound. A chill on his neck jolted him out of the reverie. Reaching up his neck to check, he found his fingers coated in a green spittle. Looking up in horror, he was greeted by a myriad of eyes staring down at him. It should just be myriad eyes, because myriad just means many. There, in the treetop, dangled a violet spider, its legs studded with silk, tugging the distant puppet Guai to and fro. The woodcutter yelped and fell from the tree. At that, the spider paused, and the gathering of Yao Guais turned as one to glare at him. Stricken with terror, the woodcutter fled, and upon returning home, fell gravely ill. No remedy could ease his suffering. He wasted away and soon died. I guess the moral of this story is don't take joy in anything. Don't investigate anything. Never climb a tree. All right.
Hey, 好狠的毒啊！
Alright. Dragonfly Guai. Fly through the flowers and willows to shoot hidden arrows. Flap your wings and ride the crooked wind. It is difficult to achieve good deeds with small wisdom, and 2s and 3s block the way. There was a dragonfly Guai who loved archery. His mother saw his gift and used her connections for an opportunity to have him training under the Yao Guai king of the land. To the king, the dragonfly Guai seemed like a diligent and talented student. He drilled hard each day and served his master with great respect, always at his master's beck and call. At times, he'd be practicing outside, but at a single command from his teacher, he'd appear at once. The king had doubts, but considering the dragonfly's swift wings, the king dismissed his suspicions. One day, the king taught him how to imbue his bolts with greater power. Wait for the arrowhead to glow, then release. The Guai swore he'd remember, but when he tested that afternoon, he couldn't recall anything. The king assumed he hadn't grasped the lesson and explained it once more, but the next day he'd forgotten it again. This pattern continued. The Yao Guai king flew into a rage and set to punish the Guai. The Guai fell to his knees and pleaded, "Mercy, master, I have brothers. Each of us knows only a portion of the lessons, that's why I can't answer." At this, scores of identical dragonfly Guais emerged, all kneeling and bowing nonstop. Offended yet tickled by this revelation, the king demoted them all to lowly patrol guards and taught them no more. Alas, while petty schemes might seem perfect at first, earning praise and favor, they also sow the seeds of trouble. When the truth is revealed, one faces ridicule and brings ruin upon themselves. Yep, I knew this one was a thingy. What's back here? Anything? It's just a little side path. Yep. Oh my god. All right, give me just 1 second. I'm going to pull the blinds on my window because it's extremely bright outside and I can't see my screen very well. All right, Baji is going to be talking because I paused the game while I got up. So, really quickly, let's... I want to look at this. Transformations, okay. I have more scorch damage. Oh, okay, so I just have enough sparks to... update this, but I have to actually change, I think. Hold on. Pluck of many moderately increases the maximum health of duplicates. That's okay. We'll do that because I do like that skill. All right. I don't care that you're speaking here. Okay. Another Yao Guai anecdote. How many of these are there going to be? Alright, Lantern Holder. When night falls deep, his light shines down. Summoned is the yin, suppressed is the yang. Like harvesters hastening before the dawn, he reaps with his blade, and souls are gone. The insect Guais loathed patrolling after dusk, as their instinct to chase after light made the nighttime perilous for them. But luck favored them. When a tribe of pale-faced Yakshas from the west of the palace, having traversed the world, chose to settle at the Webbed Ridge and volunteered for the Night Watch, a new task the insect Guais were only too happy to relinquish to these newcomers. But luck favored them when a tribe of pale-faced Yakshas from the west of the palace, having traversed the world, chose to settle at the Webbed Ridge and volunteered for the Night Watch, a task the insect... That's like a really crazy run-on sentence. The Yakshas are proud and fierce by nature. Turned into feral Yao Guais, yet they still clung to their old ways in the days they were revered. They kept to their own with lanterns lit from dusk to dawn, and rarely mingled with the insect Guais. To the latter, they were a curious sight with their merriment and banter that paid no heed to hierarchy or status. Yet what puzzled the insect Guais most was their Yaksha's bond, close-knit in joy, yet they often erupt into disputes and hurled sharp words with no restraint. One night, a quarrel broke out during an idle chatter among 4 Yakshas on patrol, and the raucous noise woke the insect Guais. Why must you carry on as this? The insect Guais rushed to mediate, persuading them. Arguing one moment, chumming the next, why not treat each other with proper respect like we do? In an instant, the quarrel ceased, and in unison the Yakshas retorted, "You are mistaken," one spat, "Only through open discourse we grow." Another chimed in, "Exactly. When we air out our disagreements, it only makes our bond stronger." A third added, "Indeed. By having each other's backs, we've made it through a lot of tough times. Our harsh words don't mean any harm." The last concluded, "Unlike you insect Guais, we hide no secret grievances under the guise of harmony." With that, arm in arm, they departed, leaving the insect Guais to dismiss the exchange with bemused eye rolls. Can I actually go through here? No, there's nothing to explore over here. Okay. Oh god. I dodged so late there and it still gave it to me. I really don't know why that was. Same there. That was a really weird late dodge. Okay, Beetle Captain. Summer turns to winter, spring returns to autumn. My body is wasting time and gradually becoming old and ugly. I know that my white hair has been exchanged for fame and my stubborn and arrogant character has burdened your life. They stop being rhymes. Unlike the bee, wasp, hornet, katydid, cockroach, grasshopper, and dragonfly, the adopted sons of the spider ladies, the Beetle Captain earned his rank through his own valor. Perhaps this is what made him stubborn. Quick to anger over slights to his status. Oh no. I'm being milked. I've been milked. Let's see. I lost my place. He often quarreled with the lesser guys over matters of words and etiquette. They called him arrogant and overbearing behind his back, disliking him all the more. One day, a petty dispute drove him to brandish his twin sabers at the lesser guards. The beetle commander chanced by and pulled him aside. You think your deeds and skills commanded their respect, but know this, rank has no bearing on the actions of others. What would happen if you measured your worth by the regard of everyone? When stone spiders show you disrespect, you'd think that makes you their inferior. The captain retorted, you're a commander, thus none dare offend you, but I'm a minor officer. If I don't assert myself, those lesser ones will scorn me even more. The commander shook his head. If they treated you with greater deference than me, what would that make you my superior in practice and skill? Nay, for I have observed that those who clamor most for respect often receive the least of it. What became of the beetle captain? Alas, he remained as he ever was, as one's nature could not be easily altered. It was said that he continued to contend with all who crossed his path until at last he was never able to be seen again. Or was never seen again. Okay. I had to move my OBS window over so I could actually see chat because I had it halfway blocked. All right, there we go. Okay, so there's a level down this way, and there's a level down this way. What was that about, Milo? You freaked out. Ah! Can we please stop getting new enemies? I'm begging you, game. We've literally gotten like 45 new enemies in the past 5 minutes. Slender legs, a verdant sheen, each arm wields a sickle keen. Misty woods are his home so true, he cares for youth like me and you. During the reign of the greatest emperor of Han, there was a village called Bath. From within its mountains, a hot spring flowed, reputed to preserve youth and vitality. Nobles flocked to it from far and wide. One day, the Marquis of Lecheng came to visit with his 6-year-old son. The young lord caught a little grasshopper and wanted to keep it as a pet, so he tore off its wings and trapped it in a teacup. That night, the Marquis was visited in his dreams by a man clad in green. Your child has imprisoned mine, he pleaded. We are both fathers, I beseech you help my little one. The next morning, the Marquis summoned his son to inquire about what happened. The boy who feared his stern father only provided vague replies. Thus, the full story remained elusive to both. That night, the green-clad man revisited the Marquis's dreams with twin swords at his waist. He warned, if you do not return my son, you'll never see yours again. The Marquis woke with a start and rushed to his son's bed only to find it empty. Servants scoured the village but found no trace. Only the young lord's page remembered the bug catching. He rushed to the study, found the overturned teacup, and gently released the grasshopper onto the grass. By noon, the young lord returned home safely, yet his hands were red and swollen. He couldn't stop weeping. When questioned about the events of the previous night, he sobbed, I dreamt of a man in green, a great jumper. He carried me on his back and hopped a few times. Then I didn't know where I was. He scolded me for harming others and struck my palms with his swords 20 times. When asked how he came back, he was unable to answer, overwhelmed by fear. Alas, it is said that all beings love their young, a truth that spans the world. Even Yaoguais, it seems, are no different. In the late years of the Han, the hot spring in Bath suddenly dried up. Insect guais sprouted in the hills, so the villagers moved down the mountain. A decade or two later, the area came to be known as the Webbed Ridge. Is this a dead end? It looks like it might be, as it continues. That's not a new enemy, I don't think. Oh. Get struck by lightning, idiot. There's another one over here. Oh, there's another 2 over here. I keep forgetting I have, like, magic powers. There we go. Alright, so that's a door. I'm not going to go through there yet. I'm going to turn around and make sure I get everything else in this area first, and then go down that side path. Thanks, Budgie. Okay. Yep. Spider baby Guai. Should have known. Should have expected the Duke's dear Freya. Oh. Oh no, I died. How the hell did that happen? I don't even know really what hit me. I haven't even found a shrine here yet, I don't think. Yeah, I haven't. Was there a shrine anywhere around here that I just missed? Because I don't remember there being one. Is there a spider in the trees here now? Doesn't look like it. Maybe it'll drop down. Nope. Okay, huh. What does it mean? This is a weird ass level. This is really weird. Why isn't there a shrine? Seems like an odd thing to gatekeep. Why are there spirits everywhere? That's the other thing. All of this is Estus refill, so why? From like a game design standpoint, I don't get it. Oh my god, why can't I open it? Ajay, please get out of my way so I can open the thing you told me to open. Yeah, I knew it was going to be an ambush. Alright, Blood of the Iron Bowl. That's useful, I suppose. The way that this area is just littered with free will is so odd. Because it makes you think, okay, I'm going to need to use my potion 5 times this fight. Like, that's what this will is it's a way to refill your Estus. That's really its biggest benefit, more so than the will it actually grants you for picking it up, because it's so easy to grind it up. And this game is already, like, intensely grindy. So, like, I don't understand why its function is like this. That's what I mean when I say, like, this game is, like, illegible. Like, it's really hard to read the intent in the design. Because, like, so much of it just doesn't add up or, like, make a lot of sense. Okay. What? puppet tick. Can you discern the outer guise? Who cares when hidden from our eyes? When hung up high, what use retains a puppet's dance its fleeting gains? Tales told of Ju's estate in Webbed Ridge, the ancestral home of the wealthy textile family in the kingdom of Judza. Rumors claimed the estate housed vast amounts of gold and jewels, but those riches were never found. In the kingdom of Judza lived two thieves who called each other the brothers. The elder, a broad and forthright soul, the younger, a handsome and clever spirit. Fleeing a warrant, they sought Ju's estate in the mountains as their target, as well as a hideout. For days, they scoured the hills, their rations spent, their hope lost. Weary and famished, they chanced upon a tea hut. The young thief called out, "Let's rest there, brother." The elder replied, "We've seen no one for days. How could there be a tea hut?" But driven by hunger, the young one hastened toward it. The elder chased after him, pleading. They tussled until they entered the hut. Crude and dirty, it had rough log tables and stone stools. Oh my god. There were no patrons inside, only a hunchbacked old man with a cane brewing tea. The young thief asked, "How do you sell tea here with no one around, old man?" The old man pointed to a dim village behind the hut. "This humble one lives in the hilltop village. This hut serves but to eke out my living." He then served 2 bowls of thick, strange-smelling brew. The young thief reached for one, but the elder stopped him and asked the old man, "Do you know of Ju's estate?" The old man grinned. "It lies within the village. Drink your tea, I shall guide you there." The young thief beamed, but the elder grew warier. He snatched the bowl from the young one. "I shall try it first." With that, he downed it in one gulp. No sooner had the tea hit his belly than he collapsed, writhing in agony. The young thief turned to the old man, only to witness his true form revealed as a hunchbacked, cane-wielding creature, its body entangled in silk. Lifting his eyes, he saw a colossal spider perched in the rafters, tugging the strands to prompt the bug to tap its cane with resonant ting-ting. At this signal, the stone stools shifted and unfurled their legs. They became little stone spiders. They spat silk at the elder thief to entangle him. At this sight, the younger thief turned and fled, as he had not heard his brother's pleas for help. As if he had not heard his brother's pleas for help. Stone spider, small and humble, a spider I be, yet in stone I adorn with comrades in peril beside me. In the olden days, a lesser beetle guy in the webbed hollow rose to the rank of captain through sheer prowess, but the promotion swelled his ego and he lorded it over the others till they shunned him much to his ire. Upon a day of rest, the beetle captain found himself bereft of friends to squander the hours with and thus roamed the cave alone. He beheld a stone from which long and slender legs spouted forth. As it turned out, the stone held a spider stirring from slumber. These spiders, burdened with stones upon their backs, moved in a slow, clumsy manner. The captain, beset by a foul mood, kicked one over and laughed at its plight as it flailed and struggled to right itself. With each attempt it made to stand, he flicked it down again, guffawing. After who knows how long, crisp raps echoed from the depths of the cave. Soon, hordes of stone spiders marched out of the dark. Seeing the threat, the captain drew his weapons and charged into their midst. The spiders showed no fear. They hurled stones, spat silk and venom, rammed and butted. They drove the captain into a rage, and he spun his twin blades in a killing frenzy amidst the spiders. As he cut them down with zeal, a flicker of lantern light neared, followed by a playful voice. "You fool, you think that you can slay every spider in the webbed hollow alone? Come with me, I'll take you to play under the peach blossoms." The beetle captain lifted his gaze to behold a maiden of unsurpassed beauty. His heart stirred, and he followed her at once. Henceforth, he was seen no more. One old Gwai mused, "To slay spiders within their lair is but to seek death itself." Still no shrine. Hi, Blue. Life-saving pill. Serpentary heartfire pill. Knot of voidness. We do need those, I think, for crafting. Shut the fuck up, Ajay. Yeah, I use all the ingredients. I'm like routinely using them. Oh my god. These things are brutal. In tight areas? Yeah, holy smokes. Yep. I knew you were gonna be this. Why is my lightning strike not going off? Oh, is it just because I didn't have stamina? Because I was just kind of mashing it? That's probably it.
敌退我扰，敌进我逃，我们躲一躲也不亏人。哎呦，好狠的毒啊！
How has there not been a shrine yet?
赶着去见阎王嘛！
Like, I still don't get it. I don't get why there isn't one. Oh my god. Finally.
贤侄，这有一间小庙，招呼招呼。
Oh my god. There was one right here all along. I could have grabbed this. Could have grabbed it before. That would have made things easier. Okay, I can craft new armor. Golden Mask of... I thought it said furry. Of Fury. Upon critical hits and defeats, grants a small amount of cheat. What is a critical hit, though, is my question. Like, I don't get it. Real question says, is that the frenzy bug from Bloodborne? No, it's not.
莫要猴急，让叔叔也帮你一帮。
What? But he's cheeked up.
二位元老，里头正排筵席，快请进来饮几杯薄酒吧。
They saw through our extremely easy to see through ruse.
哟，二位贵客，怎来的这般迟？你们家夫人这次又没来吗？
夫人碍于身份，不便在下界露面。但她心里一直记挂着各位，特差小的送来这份薄礼。夫人说了，盼仙姑早日康复，早日上天一续。
夫人未来，实是可惜。我们可是备了一出好戏要唱，专意等了这许久嘞。而今礼被偷了，人被杀了，不如拿你两个顶缸吧。
我们不过是办事的下人，奶奶这是扯什么笑话呀？
猪八戒，我知你生的丑，怕见人，但也不用要，顶着另一张猪脸哄我母亲吧。
没颜色。我老朱一心向佛，你母亲也不知哪位，且得等着。
好薄情的人，当年你在这岭上杀人放火，毁他清誉，如今却都不记得了。
清誉。
Neither does the audience.
妖精了，还有脸提什么清誉？
Explain who these fucking characters are.
原来你就是那蜘蛛精的小辈。罢了罢了，叫我一声好叔叔，老朱给你几分面子，去那破洞里见见故人。
你乐意去也好，不乐意去也罢，可不由你了。
The second sister. Great. I love going into boss fights with no health because the game doesn't signify that a boss fight's coming up. These boss fights have been getting kinda meh. Hi, Jay.
晦气！你们这些昆虫，披了人皮，穿了人衣，也只会这等阴损勾当。
是，哪比得上你天蓬元帅光明正大？那一位的尸身，我估摸着还没凉透呢。你这就又找了只仙猴子拜做师兄了？
放你娘的屁！叫你母亲早早出来求饶，叔叔我念你年少无知，留你一条贱命。
实话与你说，东西就在盘丝洞里。若是怕了，就赶紧逃吧。
你儿子便怕！这破洞，今日我一次给他筑平，看你们有我再去哪里藏。
Honestly, because the way this story is told is like so sloppily, Bajie literally just does come off as an asshole. Like, I have no reason not to believe this chick when she's like, you were a dick to my family, fuck you. Like, there's literally no reason not to believe that. Second sister, with powdered face and hair in a twist, a slender waist adorned with jade amidst. As charming as a maiden from the skies, yet most formidable when she vies. The second daughter of the Zhu family was raised as a boy from a young age. That wasn't communicated at all in her character design. She managed the finances and trade for the cave. Due to her straightforward and generous nature, she had the most interactions with the stewards outside the mountain and the lesser Yaoguais in the village of Langxi. Because she was busy with numerous affairs, the lesser Yaoguais had fixed times to report and offer tributes to her. Most of these Yaoguais, who were on good terms with her, both respected and feared her. They believed that their capable and strong-willed lady might one day become the lady of the cave. If that happened, anyone fortunate enough to marry into the family could become a lord by association. This caused much distress for the 4 scorpion princes residing in the cave, who were often the subject of idle gossip. The second sister paid no mind to such rumors. Among the 4 sons of the Scorpion Lord, she favored only those who were the most helpful to her. A few days ago, she had acquired a celestial vine seed from somewhere and planted it in her private courtyard within the cave, assigning the eldest Scorpion Prince to guard it. The eldest Scorpion Prince, delighted, assumed this meant the second sister had feelings for him. One day, he approached the 100-eyed Taoist master, asking for help in matchmaking. The master laughed and shook his head, saying that a woman with such a strong will would only look down on him more if he sought someone else's help in proposing. He advised the prince to come up with a plan on his own. After returning to the cave, the eldest Scorpion Prince circled the celestial vine repeatedly, but he still hadn't figured out a way to win her heart. Input lag and frame rate here in this level are just terrible. I don't know what's happening or why the game is performing so poorly all of a sudden. It's really just in the areas where like the webs are. It's like very clear the game is running under its intended frame rate. Ashen slumber time. I'm trying to do ranged attacks, but it's just not working. Because these things are hard to hit. They're squirrely. Another Yao Guai. Wasp Guai. When the victory comes, it flies low. When the power is exhausted, it flees far away. Work hard and wash away the die and use the power to soar into the sky. A young man once lived in the Webbed Hollow. You may wonder how he found himself living among the Yao Guais. The tale began in the kingdom of Zhuzi, where he was born into a family of weavers, their craft passed down through generations. One day, his father left home in search of a jade shuttle but never returned. His mother searched for him, only to be told he had abandoned them to marry into the Zhu family. Consumed by grief and convinced that a Yao Guai had ensnared her husband, she wept day after day. Thus, in his boyhood, the son vowed to slay the Yao Guais and avenge his father. Years later, he heard merchants speak of the Zhu's estate in the Webbed Ridge, home to women of unearthly beauty. He ventured there alone to exact vengeance, but as soon as he entered the mountains, lesser Yao Guais captured him. Terrified he was before a little girl in yellow rescued him by commanding the Yao Guais to stop. The girl, barely 10, had a sweet, rosy face, hardly an evil Yao Guai as he imagined. The young man was at a loss. To his surprise, the young girl, lonely with few companions her age, brought him to the Webbed Hollow to play. He stayed, and she visited often to lift her spirits. Conflicted, he spent nights vowing by lamplight to slay the Yao Guais and avenge his father come morning. One night, a swall wasp flew in and heard his oath, but he paid it no mind. The next day, the girl didn't come. Instead, a woman in green, adorned with elaborate bun and possessing a fierce yet beautiful face, arrived with an entourage of insect guards. Among them was a wasp Yao Guai who, with practiced ease, deftly searched the man's trunk, pulling out his hidden stash of travel money and the dagger intended for murder hidden within his porcelain pillow, before relaying a nightly vow of vengeance to the mistress. The green-clad woman addressed the young man. No mortal shall reside in Webbed Hollow, yet we spared you to be a companion for my younger sister. But in return you plot to harm her, and you shall be punished for this. That being said, your request for vengeance is understandable, which is why I shall leave your fate to the Bone Vault. At her command, the guards seized him, casting him into the abyss, his fate uncertain in the darkness below. All right. Bajie being an ass is in character. I mean, I can surmise that much. It's more just like from a motivation perspective, it's like, why should I care about anything? Like, why should I be on his side? You know, like, why would I ever help him out? He's such a dick. And like, I don't know him. I'm just a monkey. Doesn't matter that he traveled with Wukong. Like, I don't know why he's still here or why we're along with him, you know?